Hey everyone, it's Breezy Bree, and today I will be discussing weight loss surgery, green light foods post-op. Thank you for tuning in. It is greatly appreciated. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please do so below. All right, let's get to it. So I told you about the weight loss surgery nutritionist that I went into, and I go into the weight loss surgery nutritionist office and I talk to her, and she pulls out this list, and the list is a color coded list: red, yellow, and green. I've covered red and yellow. I'm covering green today. So green light foods post-op. What am I supposed to have? It sounds like I can't have much of anything, but in essence, that is not true. In essence, what you're going to see is when you identify the reasons why certain foods are off or they're not able to be eaten, and how they'll cause you to regain your weight. They'll cause you to regain your weight back. They'll cause you to have other issues: high cholesterol, high blood pressure. High cholesterol and high blood pressure can be managed with diet and exercise. They are right. The doctors are right. They know what they're talking about. So, like I said in another video, when you hit that grocery store, hit the perimeter of the grocery store, hit the outer lying areas of the grocery store. That's where you're going to find all your fresh foods at. That's where you're going to find nearly everything on this list, except for your sugar-free drinks. And I'm going to go over that as well, and I'll leave it posted below. So what can you have? First things first, when you have a plate, your plate is not going to be 11 inches any longer. It's going to be either a salad plate, which is 6 inches, or it'll be a standard dinner plate, which is 9 inches. So you need to go to the store and you need to purchase a plate that is your own special plate. Get a beautiful plate. Get something that is nicely decorated. You'll just be buying one single plate for yourself, so that you know this is the size of food that I'm supposed to have at every meal. So anyway, you're supposed to eat. So I've already divided up the plate. I divided that up in another video, and I don't want this video to be too long. But in so many words, you'll have half vegetables, and on the other half, divided in half into two sections, will be your protein, and then it'll be your starch. You eat your food in this order. You'll eat your protein first, you'll eat your vegetables second, and then if you have room, you will eat your starch last. So they don't even really want you to eat the starches or the carbs and things like that. They don't really tell you that, but they're saying that because in the order of how you eat things, it just gets smaller, and hopefully you'll be hungry by that time. And what they also told me was, my provider did, my weight loss surgery nutritionist told me, was that if you're hungry after you've eaten your vegetable and your protein, go back for the protein. Then, after you've done with your protein and you may still want something else, so you have a little bit of room, then you eat your starch. Starch is like totally last, if anything, if you even put it on your plate. I personally am not going to be putting a starch on my plate, and the reason why is because I've been noticing, as I've been doing these farewells to my special foods, I've been doing these farewells, as I've been doing that for these special foods, I've noticed that my weight is going up. So it's like, I don't ever want to include you back in my diet again once I get rid of you this time. After that, you'll eat your non-starchy vegetables. And those are your non-starch, like corn is a starch, peas are a starch. Other than that, everything else is good, fresh or frozen. Do not get anything in a can that has too much salt in it and too many other additives. The only time you should be getting canned foods is if you're getting a canned tuna in water, or if you're saving up for the apocalypse and you need items then. Other than that, you don't need to eat out of a can. Stop it. Don't eat out of the can. The can is bad. The can is bad. Good in an apocalypse, bad everyday life. Okay, good. Got it. So you can have like cauliflower, celery, cucumbers. You can have, some fresh tomatoes or squash, or some lettuce, some romaine, some things like that. Those are just some ideas. I told you I'll put the list down there, so there are some more vegetables as well. I stick with a standard. I'm a standard girl when it comes to food for the most part. Meaning I hit Walmart up, I go to Wally World, or I'll go to Aldi's and I'll purchase like some vegetable packs, and they're usually 88 cents. They're steamable. It doesn't really matter. I'll get the green beans. I have some green peas, which is a starch, so I had to take that back when I talked to my weight loss nutritionist. And then I picked up the California blend, and that is the blend that my doctor told me was the best blend to get. And that's mixed with the carrots, the cauliflower, the broccoli, and I believe there's something else in there, but there may not be. It may just be those three things. But she said that was the healthiest vegetable combination that you could get at the store. So that's what I did. They're pretty cheap. It's not a lot. And I'm always eating chicken. So now I'm eating chicken and I have tuna. I've stocked up on tuna because it's inexpensive. That's number one. Number two is I've stocked up on the chicken because it is inexpensive as well. And I get dark meat. And what I do when I cook is I will, while I'm cleaning the chicken, I'll slide the skin off of the chicken. So I'll either slide it all the way down to the end of the drumstick, or I'll just take it all the way off. Sometimes I get a little like I crave it, so I want something that I'm not supposed to have. Sometimes I will just leave the skin on after I pulled it to the bottom and kind of season it and kind of pick at it a little. And I know this is bad, so I'm going to stop all of this prior to, like, once I go into my pre-op diet. I'm going to stop all those little tricks that I've been doing to make myself just say, okay, that's enough. I can have just a little bit and that's fine. Because that is one of the biggest things that my doctor told me about was going to be a problem are the little tricks that you do to get around certain things, to eat the things that you still want to eat, although you're not supposed to have them, and your stomach is completely, it's small, it's tight, and it's little, and you're filling it with mostly good stuff, but then you'll fill it with things that you have no business filling it with. And she says it doesn't get noticed right away. But she said about 6 months is when people begin to show their true selves, because the scale no longer moves, and they're wondering why the scale is no longer moving. It's not moving because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And so that's just how it was put to me, and the way they arranged the program for me. And I'm so grateful because it's strict in a sense that they're going to tell you everything you need to know. However, you can't say at the end of the day you didn't know, or you were listening to Susie Shuwap on her channel and she was eating whatever she wanted to eat and you thought it was okay. It's not that kind of game. So listen, next things next. You can have fruit. You have pears, peaches, pineapples, apples, things of that nature, oranges, clementines, have your fruit as well. And then last is, if you have room, are your starches, your grains, your pastas. But you can have some bread, some grits, you can have some quinoa, some brown rice, some rice cakes, some pasta. All your pasta is going to be whole wheat though. Corn, winter squash, acorn or butternut squash, plantains, peas, sweet potatoes or candy yams. Not candy yams, don't eat the candy yams. You can have a yam without the candied on it. And a potato. So I'll add those things a little bit later. Now, what is on the front of this list? Yes, I have the list with me. Yes, I do. You can have some seasonings. You can have like herbs, spices, all kinds of things you put on your food, as long as it is low in salt. So I would eliminate the salt to taste. I would probably just put it on the food so it's not bland, but I would probably find some other things to season my foods with than just regular salt and pepper. You can have vinegar, lemon juice, lime juice, Worcestershire sauce, mustard, horseradish, soy sauce, things like that. You can have artificial sweeteners. You can have a sweet and low equal a Splenda or Truvia. Other than that, you want to avoid the excessive sugar alcohols. So when I went over the list of the things you cannot have, some of these names were there, and there were also names to indicate what sugar is. So when you're looking at labels and you're reading food, more than likely not it's processed food. When you read those things, you want to identify what is sugar content, because that's going to cause extra weight gain. They're not telling you this. They don't want you to know, and they want you to continue to suck up all the sugar in the entire world. And that's not going to happen anymore, because now you know. So, fluids, what can you drink? You're supposed to drink between meals. You cannot drink and eat. So if you drink and eat now and you're in the weight loss surgery program, start practicing how not to do that. And the reason why you're not supposed to do that is because they want all those nutrients to go into your body when you're eating. So they want you to fill up on the food, the protein, the vegetables, the fruits, and then they want you to get something to drink. You can have water, Crystal Light, Fruit 2O, Mio, Power A, Zero, Propel, sugar-free Kool-Aid, sugar-free lemonade, broth, fat-free, bouillon cubes, herbal tea, no cream or sugar, and sugar-free popsicles and sugar-free gelatin. So I have seen, like I said, I've seen videos where they're drinking Gatorade and Powerade. It's not sugar free, it's regular, and so they're saying you can have things that are sugar free. You can have that zero if it's 0 calories in the sugar department. Me personally, I love Powerade over Gatorade, so I probably will try and find something like that, but I'm a tea person. So I'm just going to share with you before I give you my stats and then show you what I actually look like. I haven't really shared that. So what have I gotten? So what I've gotten to prepare is I started with the broth section. So I found some organic bone broth. It is reduced sodium. It is chicken. It is, let me read. It is gluten-free, fat-free, and it has 7 grams of protein per serving. 7 grams of protein per serving. This is by Sam's Choice, and I found it at Walmart. And in comparison to the other brands, it is 30 calories. It has 390 milligrams of sodium, which is 17% of your daily value, but it has 7 grams of protein. If you get, let me show that to you. If you get a regular broth, you won't be able to receive or get something with a lot of protein content in it. So I thought this was pretty convenient, and I bypassed the regular broth. Regular broths are running about maybe 2 grams of protein, if that. Most of them are 0 grams of protein if you start going down in your price and what you want. Another thing that I picked up like 9 of those. I didn't pick up many. I don't think that's a lot, especially since I think I'm going to incorporate the broth into my daily diet forever. I don't know why, but I think it seems like it would be something cool to have, like a soup of some sort. And I don't want to start getting into the canned soups. I think I will start using the broth and then making my own soups. Later on, I'm just going to get really creative and just start finding things to make. The next thing I picked up was Jell-O. I picked up I was at Walmart. I have fun at Walmart. I picked up some peach Jell-O. It is sugar-free. It is sugar free, sugar free, sugar free. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yes, you can see it. It's sugar free, and it's 5 calories. There are 4 servings per box, and there are 0 added sugars. Sodium is 2% of your daily content. There's less than 1 gram or 1 gram of protein in that. The next thing, before I run out of time, I'm not going to make this like super, super long. I found Body Fortress on sale for $16.99 or $16.88, I think it was. And this is an isolate protein. It has 60 grams of protein, 2 grams of sugar added in. And so if you've been paying attention, everything has to be under 5 grams. Your protein has to be under 5 grams, and you have to receive, I believe, 30 grams of protein in every like serving. So for women, we're supposed to have like 90 grams of protein, and men, I believe, are somewhere like 60 grams. So the content in here, this is actually for 2 scoops. So you get the 30 grams of protein in 1 scoop, and it is 140 calories. There is 1 gram of sugar in it per serving. So there are 2 grams total sugars if you had 2 servings. So if you had 2 servings, 2 scoops of it, then that's what it would add up to being. So you've got your potassium, your sodium, your magnesium, your phosphorus, your iron, your calcium. Those are all there. Cholesterol, 15 milligrams, which is 5% of your daily value. And then, like I said, the protein is 60% of your daily intake value. So again, I found Body Fortress. I compared this to all of the boxed and listed protein shakes. So I looked at the Muscle Milk. I looked at Pure Protein. I looked at all of them, and I looked at even my favorite one is Garden of Life organic protein, and it's plant protein. So I was going to do that instead of this, but this one was cheaper and it had more protein in it. So it's a little bit better for your bang. It's a little better bang for your buck, if that makes sense. Because you're going to have more protein in it in the serving. You're also going to have less sugar, and a lot of these sugary these protein shakes have like 5 grams of added sugar in there. Why are you telling me that I can't have sugar, but yet you're telling me to get a protein shake that contains this really high content of sugar, and I'm going to be craving it? So I'm trying to give it up all across the board. So that's what I got there as far as my protein shake. I am switching to tea, and that is happening in the morning. It is now Saturday night. So I have purchased Celestial Seasonings fruit tea sampler. They are decaffeinated. They're all non-caffeinated. They're caffeine free. So I've got those fruity little colors over there. They look really, really delicious. I can't wait to try them. I bought some Sweet and Low, generic Sweet and Low. I have some Earl Grey because I love Earl Grey. Bigelow makes Earl Grey. It is decaffeinated. So some of your favorites, you don't have to find something that you don't want to get because it's not something that you can't have. So they have some of your flavors. They have some of the black teas are, decaffeinated as well. I've got green tea, got the green tea. All of my stuff is great value. Most of it is anyway. And so I got the green tea is decaffeinated, and I got some Twinings tea. I figured I would have some stomach issues, so I purchased the Twinings lemon and ginger herbal tea. Now herbal tea is less than decaffeinated tea as far as caffeine content. So this is caffeine free. This does not have any caffeine in it, which is really awesome. So I just looked at that before I checked in. And also mint medley from Bigelow, just in case I also still have like stomach issues, but I don't really want the lemon or the ginger for the digestion, and I just want something nice and minty or warm in my mouth. So I got the mint medley from Bigelow. They're herbal tea. They have less content of sugar. So that's it. That's me just starting my journey, starting some things that I really need to start already. And I hope this has been informational, and I hope it's been helpful. And I will get on my tablet once I convert this video over. I'll add in the things that you can have, and I'll put it on this list. So, before you go, I have to give you my stats. I am currently still at 248. My starting weight was 260 pounds in October, on October 26th. It is now March 15th, 16th, 14th, 15th. I don't remember. It's Saturday. So just so you know. It's the 16th. So anyway, I'm going to stand up and just show you a little bit of, who I am. It's just like my size and shape. This is me front, side, back. Let me go back a little bit further. Yeah, so you can see I've got these things too, but what I've been doing is I have been using some Jergens skin firming lotion. I've been using it on my jowls right here, on my little wings, everybody calls them. I've been doing that, and I've been mixing it with cocoa butter for some other like dark areas that I have, and so I've been combining them too. So on the inside of my thighs is going to be an issue, the back side of my thighs is going to be an issue, these arms are going to be an issue, of course my stomach will be an issue. So I just wanted to share with you, like, prior to surgery, I'm trying to put some other things on and together. So hopefully this has been very helpful for you, and have a great day. All right, bye.